In my past life, I unexpectedly became pregnant with Ryan Jiang's child. Under the pressure of my elders, he married me. We spent a lifetime respecting each other and supporting each other. I used to think that all the love, hatred, and enmity from youth would now disappear like smoke. Who knew that after I died, my corpse was still not cold? Despite being 60 years old, he still insisted on marrying his beloved, restarting my life. I don't want to be entangled with him again, so I simply ran away. Moreover, I also found a new father for my unborn child. However, Ryan Jiang was unusually persistent, clinging to me and asking, "Ivy, will you come home with me? Ivy son, you are pregnant." I opened my eyes, surrounded by a bustling, noisy crowd. I just came out of the hospital's consultation room. I sit listlessly on the examination chair in the corridor, my gaze falling on the test report in my hand. The test report shows that I am pregnant. My fingers suddenly clenched the white paper, leaving a deep imprint. I have been reborn, reincarnated when I just found out I was pregnant. In my previous life, I had a fleeting affair with Ryan Jiang after a drink laced with drugs. As a result, I accidentally became pregnant with Ryan Jiang's child. The news reached Ryan Jiang's parents, and they forced Ryan Jiang to marry me. Back then, I said, "If you're not willing, I will leave." Ryan Jiang paused for a moment and said softly, "I will be responsible for you." In this way, Ryan Jiang and I lived a lifetime of mutual respect and support. Everyone envies us for growing old together hand in hand and spending our lives together. I also thought that the love and hatred, the entanglements between me and Ryan Jiang when we were young, would fade away in old age. Who knew that after my death, before my bones were even cold, Ryan Jiang, even at the age of 60, still insists on marrying his white moonlight. I remember clearly, that day. I returned to my soul during the 7th day. Instead of mourning, I saw a wedding celebration decorated with lanterns and filled with joy. Two elderly people in their 50s, dressed in matching bride and groom outfits, under everyone's watch, their hands were tightly clasped, and they slowly yet firmly stepped onto the sacred wedding stage. I will never forget those two faces, Ryan Jiang and his white moonlight Lin Wenxi. Their love transcends the worldly gaze. Yet it hurts so deeply that it leaves a lasting impression on me. Large tears gushed out, soaking the checkup report in my hand. I wiped away my tears, hurriedly tore the report into 2 or 3 pieces, and threw it into the trash bin. I hadn't taken many steps when I bumped into Ryan Jiang. His gaze met mine, as if he had been scalded, and he unnaturally looked away. After an unexpected moment of spring breeze with him, we agreed that nothing had happened between us. But now, his gaze at me doesn't seem like he's completely forgotten about that. He has been pure and faithful to his first love for many years, and I only used one night to ruin his innocence. He is harboring some resentment, which is only natural. I pretended not to see anything. Hurrying past him without making a sound, his gaze swept over my back, then suddenly withdrew. I only caught my breath after rushing out of the hospital. I was excited and anxious when I first found out I was pregnant. Feeling helpless and confused, I was walking down the hospital corridor, disheartened after holding the test report in my hand, but I unexpectedly bumped into Ryan Jiang. The test report was scattered all over the floor. I didn't have time to stop the bent-over Ryan Jiang picking up things. White text on a black background caught Ryan Jiang's eye. He suddenly widened his eyes, staring at me blankly. After a moment, he said hoarsely, "You're pregnant." The facts stand before my eyes. I couldn't speak. I panicked and wanted to run away. Ryan Jiang grabbed my hand. He said in a deep voice, "Ivy son, let's talk." When I saw Ryan Jiang's phone number, my fingers instinctively picked up. This was a habit I had developed in my previous life. I have never rejected a call from Ryan Jiang. The moment I answered the phone, I deeply regretted it. Ryan Jiang's cold voice came through, "You're pregnant, Ivy son. Let's talk." My body immediately stiffened and I was unable to move. After a moment, I replied hoarsely, "Okay." When we met, I saw the test report on Ryan Jiang's desk. The white paper that should have been torn apart and thrown into the trash can was now perfectly pieced together and placed before my eyes. I instinctively asked, "Did you pick it up?" Ryan Jiang fell silent for a moment, then nodded softly within millimeter. A faint smile unconsciously curled at the corner of my mouth. The president of the Jiang family, surprisingly, would one day be picking up trash in a trash can. But just thinking about his purpose today, A bitter smile appeared at the corner of my mouth. There was a moment of silence, and Ryan Jiang and I looked at each other in silence. After a moment, Ryan Jiang said coldly, "Just do it." My heart spasmed with a sudden pain that was also the result in the previous life. He didn't accept the child in my stomach and casually told me to have an abortion. I agreed in the previous life, but in this life, I don't want to anymore. I gently and tenderly caressed the baby inside my belly. In the last life, I personally raised the baby in my belly until it grew up. She is a girl, and she bears a 5-point similarity to Ryan Jiang. She is well-behaved and talented, with a strong business acumen. As she grew up, she took over the Jiang group with her own hands. After I die, Ryan Jiang and Lin Wenxi intend to become a couple. She caused a scene and strongly objected, even severing the father-daughter relationship with Ryan Jiang. On the 7th day after my death, Ryan Jiang and Lin Wenxi held a wedding. She, dressed in black mourning clothes, burst in while clutching my portrait. She ruined the wedding scene into a shocking mess, making Ryan Jiang and Lin Wenxi lose face and become the laughingstock. The last scene of her past life memories shows her with messy hair, crimson eyes, and a look of anger and helplessness. My nose suddenly felt a pang, and my eyes turned red. How could I be willing to abort her, in this life? I still want to renew the mother-daughter bond from our previous life with her. I looked up, my eyes filled with determination. The phrase "I don't want to" rushed to my lips, but when I touched Ryan Jiang's indifferent gaze, I suddenly snapped back to consciousness. Ryan Jiang wouldn't agree. In the previous life, he could accept the child in my belly because of the pressure from his parents. This child is a mistake and a stain to him. He wants to correct this mistake and remove this stain. As long as this matter is kept under wraps, no one will know about the entanglement between me and him. He can also pursue his white moonlight Lin Wenxi without any hesitation. I clenched my teeth and nodded in agreement. He took me to a private hospital that had already been arranged. Just like in the previous life, the doctor believed the baby was too young and that her abortion surgery was not easy to perform, and Ryan Jiang made the same request as in the previous life. "Come move in with me. I will take care of you." My expression momentarily froze. I am high school classmates with Ryan Jiang. Throughout high school, I kept my feelings for him tightly hidden, but I was never meant to be with him. After graduating from high school, Ryan Jiang and I had no further contact. Until many years later at a class reunion, he drank a cup of poisoned wine. In a state of confusion, he pulled me passing by into the room, a moment of spring breeze. It was also because of an unexpected pregnancy that my and Ryan Jiang's life paths reconnected. After he made a request to take care of me in the last life, because of my unspeakable little thoughts about him, I agreed. At first, I just wanted to spend the last of my time with him, fulfilling my youthful regrets. Slowly, I was defeated. But when I found out that his heart only belonged to his first love, I chose to let go. Ryan Jiang actively chose me. My mouth was filled with bitterness. In this lifetime, I want to end the wrongful entanglement between myself and Ryan Jiang. I rejected Ryan Jiang's proposal. He was stunned for a moment, then added, "Don't get me wrong, after all, the child in your womb is related to me. As long as it exists in this world for a day, I will take responsibility." I couldn't help but let out a bitter smile. In a past life, the most frequently spoken word Ryan Jiang used to say to me was responsibility. I know that Ryan Jiang doesn't love me, so I restrain my feelings and keep my distance from Ryan Jiang. But when Ryan Jiang gave up his beloved to choose me, all my defenses have collapsed. I married him. During my lifetime, Ryan Jiang diligently fulfilled his responsibilities. As my husband, he and I are on equal footing, respectful and loving towards each other. As a father, he cares for his children and is responsible, but he doesn't love me. That's why he eagerly reconciled with his white moonlight after I died. In this lifetime, I don't want to be an obstacle between him and white moonlight. I seriously told him, "Mr. Jiang, I can take care of myself. Living together will only cause misunderstandings about my relationship with you and others. You wouldn't want people you care about to hear such gossip, right?" Something seemed to come to mind, and Ryan Jiang's expression suddenly stiffened. I said lightly, "Mr. Jiang, it's best if we see less of each other in the future. You're too eye-catching. We're not in the same world. I don't want others to gossip about me because of your relationship." Ryan Jiang's gaze swept over my belly, and he looked apologetic. "Sorry, I caused you trouble. I will be more careful." I nodded and said, "Mr. Jiang, please contact me again on the day of the surgery." After speaking, I declined Ryan Jiang's kind offer to take me home and hurriedly ran away. Back at the rented room, I continued packing my luggage. This scene resembled the one from a previous life. In my previous life, I accepted the proposal to live with Ryan Jiang. That day, I moved into the Yushire Bay owned by Ryan Jiang. Most of the residents in Yushire Bay are some high-flying, inaccessible wealthy people and celebrities. I do not belong here, due to the unexpected pregnancy. I felt depressed and anxious. Ryan Jiang keenly sensed my unease. During that time, as long as there was no work, he would stay by my side, even if sometimes we were at a loss for words with each other. As long as he's there, I will feel at ease. It was also because I was inseparable from him that someone recognized him. Gradually, rumors and gossip about me and him grew more and more intense. In the eyes of outsiders, I seem more like a canary being supported by Ryan Jiang. Therefore, after Ryan Jiang's first love, Lin Wenxi, returned to China, I was subjected to quite a bit of ridicule and mockery. But this time, I am no longer willing to entangle myself too much with Ryan Jiang. I packed all my belongings and left the city overnight. The train shook and traveled throughout the night. As I get off the bus, the sky is just starting to lighten with the dawn, and the morning glow is faint. The small town in front of me is leisurely and beautiful, peaceful as a painting. Far from the hustle and bustle, this is the starting point I chose for a new chapter of my life, and my sudden departure was like a pebble falling into a deep pond, and the ripples quickly faded away. My colleagues at work have not contacted me since their condolences. Good friends returned to their own lives after showing concern. Ryan Jiang, after the last separation, thoughtfully did not bother me. I only see a fleeting figure of Ryan Jiang in financial newspapers. He and I are not people from the same world to begin with. In our past life, we spent our days together until we grew old, but my heart and his have never truly come close. When I saw on the internet the overwhelming news about Lin Wenxi returning to China, I smiled with relief. Without my obstacle, Ryan Jiang's life should be able to go as he wishes. One farewell, two ends, each lives happily, strangers at the ends of the earth, no reunion. This is the path I was meant to walk with him. I am only correcting the mistakes of our previous life. My only selfish desire is the child in my belly. Ryan Jiang's call suddenly crashed into my sight. My fingers trembled nervously. The phone kept ringing for a long time before I summoned up my courage to answer it. Ryan Jiang's voice reached my ears. "Ivy, where are you?" Strangely, I could hear the unease and anxiety in his voice. I looked at today's date. Today is the day scheduled for the abortion surgery. No wonder Ryan Jiang is so anxious. His first love has returned to her home country. He is already eager to eliminate the hidden danger in my stomach. But the child inside my stomach, he can't move, probably because I have been silent for too long. Ryan Jiang anxiously asked, "Ivy, tell me where you are. I will come to find you immediately." I heard the sound of a car unlocking from the other end of the phone. I spoke up to stop him. "Mr. Jiang, don't come to find me. The child inside my stomach has nothing to do with you. She's just my child. You don't need to be responsible for her. In the future, please don't disturb my life again." Ryan Jiang's voice trembled. "Ivy, what are you talking about?" I took a deep breath and coldly told him. "Ryan Jiang, listen carefully. I want to leave the child behind. I have nothing to do with you. Don't come looking for me, and I won't bother you with the child." After finishing my words, I hung up the phone. Ryan Jiang's voice suddenly stopped in my ears. I am touching my slightly bulging stomach. I think about my past life. When my daughter sacrificed herself for my dignity and peace of mind after my death, she, bearing the crimes of being unfilial and unkind, also wants to disgrace Ryan Jiang and Lin Wenxi, making their lives restless forever. This time, let me protect her. The phone ringtone rang again. I have blacklisted Ryan Jiang's phone. The incoming call was not from Ryan Jiang. I answered the call, and a gentle, warm voice sounded in my ear. "Hello, is this MS, Ivy's son? Child, don't worry. I am Ryan Jiang's mother, and I will speak on your behalf." My eye sockets suddenly felt moist. Ryan Jiang's parents treat me with the same love as their own children. In a previous life, on this very day, Ryan Jiang's parents learned the news and rushed over. The surgery was ordered to be stopped by them. They were extremely angry with Ryan Jiang. Ryan Jiang's parents are quite traditional. They believe that, Although Ryan Jiang did not intentionally do it, he actually damaged an innocent girl's innocence. Had Ryan Jiang not been their son, they would have called the police to send Ryan Jiang, the rapist, to jail, to make up for the mistake. They strongly demanded that Ryan Jiang be responsible for me, although at that time, Ryan Jiang and Lin Wenxi were the couple everyone believed in. Because Lin Wenxi was Ryan Jiang's first love and white moonlight, due to some misunderstandings at the time, they broke up. Lin Wenxi went to Germany to study abroad, while Ryan Jiang stayed in the country, but everyone knows that Ryan Jiang has been celibate and morally upright all these years, just waiting for Lin Wenxi to return to China. Therefore, after my existence was exposed, I was met with many sideways glances and ridicule. Outsiders are certain that the white moonlight has returned, and I, this canary, should be driven out. No one expected that Ryan Jiang would finally choose me. Ryan Jiang openly admitted that he was willing to be responsible for me at that time. I foolishly thought that he had fallen for me. Looking back now, he was probably pressured by his elders to take responsibility for me and the child in my womb. At this moment, receiving warm concern from Ryan Jiang's parents, my throat tightened and I couldn't say a word. I hurriedly hung up the phone, but the person I want to escape from still came knocking on the door. Ryan Jiang's parents found me before Ryan Jiang did. I am confident I can dodge Ryan Jiang, but I can't escape the Jiang family parents who are more resourceful than him. Seeing the Jiang family parents standing at my door at this moment, I froze with cold hands and feet. In the previous life, Lin Wenxi discovered my existence. She and her followers were causing trouble for me openly and covertly. In the end, things got so serious that my pregnancy news was spread out. The news reached Jiang family's parents' ears. They immediately intervened to prevent me from losing the fetus. But in this life, I kept my pregnancy secret very tightly. How did the Jiang family's parents find out? I voiced my doubts aloud. Ryan Jiang's mother looked gentle with a smile. Ryan used the private hospital under Jiang's name to check your health. A few days ago, the old man went for a checkup because he wasn't feeling well and unexpectedly discovered that Ryan arranged a miscarriage surgery for you. Ryan Jiang's mother sighed. She grabbed my hand and solemnly said, "I know. This matter is your grievance. Since it's my punk of a younger brother who made the mistake, I will make sure he takes responsibility for you and your unborn child." Instinctively, I nervously yanked my hand away. I opened my mouth, a mom coming to my lips, but I swallowed it back. In this life, I have decided not to have any relation with Ryan Jiang, not with the Jiang family. I bit my lip tightly, maintaining a calm expression. "Mrs. Jiang, you might have misunderstood the relationship between Ryan Jiang and me. There is no possibility between us. If the Jiang family truly wants to make it up to me, just let me and the child in my womb leave. I promise that in the future, this child will have no connection with the Jiang family." Ryan Jiang's mother looked at me steadily, her eyes deep. She whispered, "Child, have you really thought it through? Do you know how difficult it is for a single woman to raise a child alone?" I thought of the bits and pieces of life with my daughter in my previous life. My daughter once told me directly that she is a mama's girl. No matter if she is poor or rich, she only wants to be with me, never to be apart. In her past life, she succeeded. No matter how old she is or how far she can fly, she has never been separated from me for a long time. Until I die from illness, I will be forever separated from her, unable to see her again. My heart became even more determined. I nodded heavily. "Mrs. Jiang, I will not regret my decision today." Mrs. Jiang sighed regretfully. "Although this is our first time meeting, I like you very much. If only you could." She stopped her voice and solemnly said, "The Jiang family respects your decision, and no one will stop you. Also, I solemnly apologize on behalf of my mischievous son." She handed a bank card to me. "Please accept this card. It's our small way of making amends. If you and the child encounter difficulties in the future, you can come to us. We will help you unconditionally." My eyes suddenly welled up with tears. I knew in my previous life that the Jiang parents are a very good couple. Regarding my marriage to Ryan Jiang, their response was, "If I do not want to marry Ryan Jiang, they will speak for me, respect my decision, and the Jiang family will unconditionally provide me with everything I need." I shook my head and pushed the bank card back. I touched my belly and looked at the child inside with happiness. Having this child is enough for me. As I finished speaking, the door was forcefully pushed open with a bang. Ryan Jiang's figure came into my sight. His clothes were in disarray, hurriedly walking, his gaze fixed intensely on me. The look in his eyes when he looked at me was full of worry and unease, as if he was afraid everything would suddenly collapse. I stood there dumbfounded, standing motionless. Ryan Jiang strode forward and courteously stopped in front of me. He said tremblingly, "Ivy, don't leave, come back home with me." "Okay, Mr. and Mrs. Jiang." Thoughtfully exited the room, in the quiet atmosphere. Ryan Jiang and I looked at each other face to face. I could sense Ryan Jiang's gaze shining brightly on me. Beneath his eyes, hidden was a complex and deep longing for me, so intense that it made my heart tremble. Ryan Jiang suddenly knelt down in front of me. He is holding a diamond ring in his palm. He looked at me and solemnly said, "Ivy, can you give me and the child a home?" I pursed my lips, eyes full of tears. I am very familiar with this ring, in my past life. I also wore this ring on my middle finger. I have been wearing it for decades. Until I passed away, this ring remained firmly on my middle finger, buried with me in the soil. But in this life, I don't want to wear this ring that has circled my entire life anymore. I gaze intently at Ryan Jiang. I can't quite understand him now. In the previous life, Ryan Jiang never proposed to me, nor declare his love to me. To me, he has been saying from start to finish, "I will be responsible for you and the children." I always doubt that Ryan Jiang doesn't love me, and my marriage with Ryan Jiang hasn't been grand or elaborate. To take care of my already visibly pregnant body, the banquet organized by the Jiang family only invited close friends and relatives from two families. The mainstream media and Jiang's business partners are all completely shut out, so there are also rumors that I am not welcome in Jiang's family. Everyone mocks me for relying on my son to get ahead, convinced that once the child is born, I will be kicked out of Jiang's family. The day after these words reached my ears, Ryan Jiang grabbed my hand and took a photo, two clasped hands wearing matching wedding rings. The photo was personally posted online by Ryan Jiang. He captioned, "My Mrs. Jiang. A single stone causes 1,000 ripples." Everyone knows that it is Ryan Jiang who is defending my name. My heart was instantly warmed. I don't care about others' gossip about me. What I care about is whether his heart has me. I thought that his heart had my place in it. So I boldly approached Ryan Jiang and took the initiative to close the gap between us. But he shyly pushed me away. He said, "No need to thank me. It's my duty as your husband." This sentence is like a bucket of cold water pouring over my head, completely dousing my enthusiasm. I came back to my senses and stared blankly at Ryan Jiang, kneeling in front of me, proposing. I repeatedly told myself in my heart, everything is an illusion. Ryan Jiang doesn't love me. Everything he's doing now is out of responsibility. In my distrustful gaze, Ryan Jiang's expression visibly became nervous. He anxiously stood up and added, "Ivy, I'm serious. It has nothing to do with my parents. Nothing to do with the baby in your belly. This time, I am willingly doing this because I like you." His voice paused for a moment and he emphasized forcefully, "No, because I love you, Ivy son. I love you, love." I jokingly curved my lips. In the previous life, Ryan Jiang never told me he loved me. I accidentally overheard a conversation between him and his childhood friend. The childhood friend asked angrily, "You've married Ivy's son. What about Lin Wenxi?" Ryan Jiang was silent for a long time. After a long pause, he only said two words, "Loved." Two words fall into my ears, and suddenly my nasal cavity feels sore. That sour and bitter feeling deep in my heart cannot be suppressed no matter what. Ryan Jiang once openly admitted in front of others that he loved Lin Wenxi, but later, I stayed with him for a lifetime, and until death, I never heard him say the word love from his mouth. In a new life, Ryan Jiang said he loved me. I don't believe it, nor do I need to. And I certainly don't cherish his love. I nonchalantly said, "Ryan Jiang, I don't love you." After speaking, the light in Ryan Jiang's eyes shattered into pieces. His jawline was tense, his lips trembling, as if he couldn't accept the fact. His words were full of unease, his voice weak and unsteady. "How could this be, Ivy? How could you not love me?" I sneered. "Mr. Jiang, even if you're RMB, there will be people who don't like you. Why should I be required to like you?" Ryan Jiang's face turned pale for a moment, and he stood there at a loss. I no longer want to be entangled with him meaninglessly. I remind him, "Mr. Jiang, you owe me. I don't want anything, only the child in my belly, if you want to make up for the mistakes you've made. Please don't disturb me in my child's life, I will take the child far away, I threaten. Even your parents agree with this. In the previous life, Ryan Jiang only married me because of pressure from his parents. This time, with the support of Jiang's parents, I think I can finally live the life I want with my child. Ryan Jiang's eyes slightly darkened, and he caught my hand. He pleaded in a submissive tone, Ivy, can you give me a chance? Just as, his voice was full of bitterness. Just see it as giving the child a complete family. Sure enough, from start to finish, what he cared about most was responsibility. I confidently shook off his hand. I turned back coldly and said, Mr. Jiang, love can't be forced. After speaking, I added, Mr. Jiang, I wish you and Miss Lin can reconcile and restore your relationship. Ryan Jiang's pupils suddenly widened. He asked carefully, Ivy, is it because of her? I don't care what he says. I asked Jiang's parents to take Ryan Jiang away. I returned all the compensation Jiang family wanted to give me. Things have settled down, and I let out a long sigh. It was only at this moment that I felt I was alive again. I touched my slightly swollen belly and burst into tears of joy. I had quite severe morning sickness 4 months into my pregnancy, loss of appetite, unable to swallow food. Even when I force myself to eat something, I end up vomiting it all out. I have experienced similar things in my past lives. I am obviously very hungry, and I know the children need nutrients, but I just can't bring myself to eat anything. Even the health consultant hired by the Jiang family is at a loss. I keep blaming myself and became so anxious that I cried. Ryan Jiang put down his work and stayed by my side day and night. He wiped away the tears at the corner of my eye and softly said, Don't cry, there is a private doctor at home ready to attend to you. The child will be fine. If you don't want to eat, then don't eat. Don't force yourself, okay? Ryan Jiang looked into my eyes, gentle and indulgent. It gave me a false impression that he loved me, as if at this moment he was loving me wholeheartedly, regardless of any other love. Later, he accompanied me for a walk and we passed by a stall selling stinky tofu. I don't know why, but suddenly I was craving it intensely. But Jiang's nutritionist had already forbidden me from eating these unnutritious and unhygienic street snacks. I resisted my craving, looking back every 3 steps as I walked. I hesitantly returned home, my eyes red and swollen. Ryan Jiang's thumb brushed over my eyelids. He gently coaxed. Don't be upset, it's not that I don't want you to eat, but the food outside isn't hygienic. I've already asked the housekeeper to make some for you. I couldn't help but burst into tears and laugh. Later, because I fell in love with stinky tofu during pregnancy. My family's aunts kept making it over and over again. Over time, the smell of stinky tofu always filled the kitchen, to the point that the range hood in the kitchen was running non-stop 24 hours a day. I had the experience of being pregnant in my previous life. In this life, although I can only take care of myself alone, but I handle it quite effortlessly. The months are getting bigger, and the belly is getting heavier. To prevent any accidents involving me and the baby in my belly, I am preparing to hire a nanny. On the day the aunt came for the interview at my door, I opened the door and saw Ryan Jiang standing in front of me with his eyes red. Ryan Jiang turned away the aunt who came for the interview. He hoarsely asked me, Ivy, can I take care of you myself? I am also a child's father. My face darkened, and I trembled with anger. I grit my teeth and say, Mr. Jiang, the child in my belly has nothing to do with you. Please don't disturb my life. I angrily try to close the door. Ryan Jiang quickly and skillfully blocks with his hand. He takes a deep breath, and a bright red blush appears on the back of his hand where the door caught him. I subconsciously eased the force of closing the door. Ryan Jiang trembled and said, Ivy, I can't deny it. Lin Wenxi is indeed my past, but now, I have nothing to do with her. My heart belongs only to you. I won't have any dealings or entanglements with her anymore. Ryan Jiang's eyes shone with hope. Ivy, please, let me stay and take care of you. Okay, I coldly responded. None of my concern. Ryan Jiang looked at me with a distressed expression. This time, I had no mercy. I pushed him away and forcefully shut the door. Ryan Jiang was standing guard at my door and didn't want to leave. The dusk is deepening, the night is cool as water, and the cold air is overwhelming. I am standing on the balcony on the 2nd floor. His car headlights are shining brightly, and I can see them at a glance. through the falling car window, I can see his clean and smooth profile lines. He was working while occasionally glancing in my direction. When he saw my figure standing there, his expression softened, as if he was staying here just because he wanted to look at me a little longer. My heart feels sour and swollen. Big data pushed messages about him and Lin Wenxi to me. In this life, besides Jiang's parents, no one else knows about my entanglement with Ryan Jiang. Strangely, there has still been no progress in the relationship between Ryan Jiang and Lin Wenxi. Someone mentioned Lin Wenxi in a playful tone, saying she is Ryan Jiang's first love, but Ryan Jiang's expression turned cold. He retorted in front of everyone, "She is not. She and I are already a thing of the past." Upon hearing this, many people looked at Lin Wenxi with teasing eyes. Over the years, Lin Wenxi has always regarded Ryan Jiang as her white moonlight. Someone mentioned the ambiguous relationship between her and Ryan Jiang, and she always responded with a smile but said nothing. During her years studying in Germany, even across the distant ocean, Ryan Jiang would send someone to give her gifts on her birthday. On time, she always accepts them without fail. Therefore, she is deeply regarded as Ryan Jiang's moonlight. However, after this lifetime, since Lin Wenxi returned to her country, Ryan Jiang's attitude towards her has noticeably changed. Lin Wenxi couldn't hold back any longer. A few days later, Lin Wenxi personally visited Ryan Jiang's parents. Then, subtly, Lin Wenxi revealed the news of the upcoming marriage between the Lin family and the Jiang family. The news reached Ryan Jiang's ears. He immediately clarified in front of the media, "The Jiang family has no plans to marry into the Lin family. I already like someone. I don't want this rumor to cause the person I like to misunderstand." For a while, the online discussions were in full swing. Many people mocked Lin Wenxi for his overenthusiasm, forcing Lin Wenxi to close the comments section on Weibo. Later, Lin Wenxi went to the company to confront Ryan Jiang. Once she could go through the company unimpeded, but this time she was stopped downstairs at the company and couldn't even step into Ryan Jiang's office. In the reception room, she had a big argument with Ryan Jiang and left angrily without settling the matter. From then on, no one would misunderstand the relationship between Ryan Jiang and Lin Wenxi anymore. I closed my phone, and an inexplicable emotion lingered in my heart. What went wrong? In the previous life, Ryan Jiang's and Lin Wenxi's development was not like this. In the previous life, even though I married Ryan Jiang, he did not completely cut off contact with Lin Wenxi. In the first few years I married Ryan Jiang, people in the circle pretended to be respectful to me on the surface, but privately, they all looked down on me. Everyone was standing up for Lin Wenxi, in front of me. They even openly mentioned the past between Ryan Jiang and Lin Wenxi, which made me feel quite uncomfortable. There was a period of time when I cut off all interactions with people in the circle, focusing entirely on staying at home to raise my child. But during that time, I also heard news that Ryan Jiang and Lin Wenxi attended the same event together. In the photos leaked online, Ryan Jiang and Lin Wenxi stand side by side, a perfect match in appearance. Handsome man, beautiful woman. Internet users tacitly forget that Ryan Jiang is already married, and their ship fans are crazy about the two of them as a couple. Seeing these messages makes my heart feel very sour. Many questions and doubts come to mind, but I can't speak them out. I am afraid I will humiliate myself. Even late at night when I fall asleep, I still cry and whisper in my sleep because of this matter. Ryan Jiang shook me awake. I woke up and looked into Ryan Jiang's dim yet pained eyes. He said seriously, "Ivy, don't believe the rumors outside. Lin Wenxi and I are just friends. You and the children are the most important to me. I will protect this family." I cried loudly in Ryan Jiang's arms. Ryan Jiang keeps his promises, no matter how many rumors there are outside. He always maintains a friendly relationship with Lin Wenxi, polite but not overstepping. Time flies like an arrow, and the years pass in the blink of an eye. I still stand by Ryan Jiang. Everyone believed that Ryan Jiang really loves me. I also thought that Ryan Jiang loved me. Even after I die, during the 7th day of the funeral, I saw Ryan Jiang and Lin Wenxi standing together shoulder to shoulder as they used to. But this time, they are as lovers. I only just realized that Ryan Jiang has never loved me. He and I have been together for a lifetime, out of responsibility. He and Lin Wenxi are truly a pair of lovers who cannot be together. I bit my lip. Every time I think of this scene, my heart is torn apart with pain. But this time, I have let go of all past memories. I don't want to be an obstacle between Ryan Jiang and Lin Wenxi. Whether they can be together in this lifetime has nothing to do with me. I dialed Ryan Jiang's parents' phone number. The next morning, there was no sign of Ryan Jiang downstairs. Instead, delivery workers persistently braved all weather, delivering nutritious meals to my door every day. I didn't answer a single time. After a month of stalemate, the nutritious meals finally disappeared. When I was 7 months pregnant, my belly bulged out like a balloon, and my body became increasingly heavy. To ensure the healthy development of the baby inside my belly, I dare not sit for long periods, every morning and evening. I avoid crowded places and take walks near my house. The hired nanny also carefully takes care of me nearby. One day, I saw Ryan Jiang hiding nearby and secretly watching me. His face looked very tired, with bloodshot eyes, and his normally wrinkle-free suit was a bit disheveled. He looked as if he had sneaked out. Because the last time I made that call, Ryan Jiang was placed under strict supervision by his parents, due to Ryan Jiang's uncooperative attitude. The Jiang family's parents even sent him abroad on a business trip. I pretended not to notice, naturally making eye contact with Ryan Jiang before separating. He silently looked at me for a long time, his dark eyes filled with sadness. He didn't come over to disturb my peace. In the end, he was forcibly taken away by someone sent by the Jiang family parents. Later, whenever he had free time, he would travel great distances just to see me. I know about his existence. He also knows that I know he's there. The two of us are so in tune, separated by a distance that's neither near nor far. No one disturbs the other. When Auntie left to throw away the trash, the mineral water bottle in my hand fell to the ground. My stomach is very big. I tried several times, but I can't bend down or squat. Feeling discouraged, a well-defined hand came into my sight. Looking up, it's Ryan Jiang. Ryan Jiang's lips are peeling and turn white. His eyes are red. Like unwillingness or despair, his usually now became unusually hoarse. Ivy, can I touch? I hesitated for a moment and then nodded slowly. He carefully placed his hand on my stomach. A warm sensation washed over me, and I could feel his hand trembling slightly. After a moment, he asked in a trembling voice, "Can I listen to her voice?" I nod. Okay. He squats down and gently brings his head close to me, with his ear close. Thud, thud, thud. I can feel that my unborn daughter inside my stomach is vigorously waving her little hands and feet. Ryan Jiang's eyes suddenly turned intensely red. His lips trembled, a hint of self-deprecating humor appearing on his handsome face. He spoke with some bitterness, saying, "I ruined the father-daughter relationship between her and me." My heart suddenly skipped a beat. She stood up reluctantly, whispering, "I'm leaving." I watched Ryan Jiang's distant figure walk away. His back was straight and tall, like a jade, but it seemed as if a heavy sadness was shrouding him, revealing boundless melancholy and sorrow. I vaguely wonder, when did he start calling me Ivy in this lifetime? Ivy, that is the nickname he gave me in our 3rd year of marriage in our previous life. Moments later, I gladly withdrew my gaze without any lingering attachment. He and I are not on the same path. The day of labor arrived in the blink of an eye. I predicted the date of my previous childbirth and checked into the hospital a few days early. When the contractions came, I calmly went into the operating room. I took a trip through the gates of hell, and my condition was much better than in my previous life. My face is pale and covered with cold sweat, but I can still open my eyes to see my beloved daughter. The newborn daughter is very strong, a tiny bundle, waving her little hands and feet vigorously. Give her a little smack on the bottom, and she will scream loudly, her cry spreading far away. As I was pushed out of the operating room, in a blurry vision, I seemed to see Ryan Jiang's figure. He stands not far away, with a face full of worry and unease. His gaze is fixed on me, wanting to approach but not daring to get closer. I tiredly close my eyes. At that moment, a pair of familiar big hands enveloped my own. I know it's Ryan Jiang. After waking up, the aunt who was taking care of me looked at me hesitantly, unable to speak. After a long pause, she stammered, "Miss Song, when you were sleeping, Mr. Jiang was always watching over you." The aunt sighed. "Mr. Jiang said he knows you don't want to see him, so he left when you were about to wake up." I weakly hummed. Actually, I woke up halfway through. Ryan Jiang didn't notice. He was too exhausted. Even when lying at the foot of my bed, my eyelashes still tremble restlessly. The only thing I did after waking up was to pull my hand out of his palm. He woke up and noticed it. Then he silently left. He came very often during the years when my daughter was just born. He didn't disturb my daughter and me. Every time he came, he would secretly watch me from a short distance away. As he watched, his eyes would turn red. When my daughter was just learning to walk, she fell in the community. He blushed and rushed over, hugging his daughter and feeling heartbroken for a long time. His daughter didn't recognize him and cried loudly in fear. He, who never shed tears, was so sad that he shed tears on that day. My daughter's father was never as sad as he was when she cut off their father-daughter relationship in her past life. When my daughter started to remember things, I told him not to appear in front of her. In my heart, I don't want my daughter to have any contact with Ryan Jiang. I hope that in my daughter's heart, her father has already died long ago. Ryan Jiang's eyes were filled with sadness. After a moment, he nodded painfully. He still occasionally comes to see me and my daughter. It's just that the distance has increased, and the visits have become less frequent. Sometimes, he just sits in the car and watches us from afar. After watching, the car window slowly rises, and then it drives away. When my daughter was 5 years old, she had already fully accepted the fact that she had no father. One day, she tugged on a man's sleeve and brought him in front of me. She, with a childlike voice, said, "Mom, can this uncle be my dad?" I squatted down and gently asked her, "Why do you want this uncle to be your dad?" The daughter blinked her big eyes, which resembled mine, and said seriously, "Because Mom likes uncle." My face instantly turned bright red with embarrassment. I nervously said, "This uncle doesn't want to be your dad." The daughter pouted and said, "Uncle, you don't want to be my dad." The man chuckled lightly. "I do." Ryan Jiang's side story. I have been reborn. I searched the entire villa, but I didn't find her figure. I also didn't see anything related to her in this villa. It was as if she had been here before. I went to the house she rented. When I knocked on the door, a stranger's face appeared. "She doesn't live here." "What about Ivy's son? Where has Ivy's son, who spent a lifetime with me in a previous life, growing old together, gone? Is she just my illusion? No, this is impossible." I dialed that deeply familiar phone number. The phone kept ringing for a long time, but no one answered. I am about to despair. There was a beep, and the call was connected. I breathed a sigh of relief and eagerly asked, "Ivy, where are you? I miss you so much. I want to see you so much." The time without you in the past life felt like years. There was no sound on the other end of the phone. My heart is extremely restless. I asked desperately, "Ivy, tell me where you are. I will come find you immediately." Her voice finally came through, but it was a cold, indifferent rejection. She distanced herself from me. She wants to leave me. The phone was hung up by her. I am extremely anxious. Why is this life different from the previous one? I really want to tell her. I love her. I want to build a family with her. We will have a well-behaved, capable daughter, and grow old together, spending a lifetime by each other's side, in this life. I will take good care of her. I will no longer let her suffer from cancer caused by depression in her youth. By the time it was discovered, it was already in an advanced stage. She voluntarily gave up treatment. She passed away when she was less than 60 years old. In this lifetime, she will live a bit longer. Live with me to 100 years, sleep together in the same bed, die in the same grave. But I can't find her. The news from her was given to me by my parents. I prepared a ring exactly the same as the one from my past life. I want to propose to her. I want to hold her tightly and never let go of her hand. But she said she doesn't love me. I don't believe it. How could Ivy's son not love me? She is the person who loves me the most in this world. She forced my parents to take me away. Before leaving, she mentioned Lin Wenxi. I know, she must have believed the rumors outside. I will tell her, I don't love Lin Wenxi. The person I love is her, in front of everyone. I cleared up the news about me and Lin Wenxi. Lin Wenxi came to find me. I asked the reception to stop her. If Ivy finds out that Lin Wenxi can come and go from my company freely, she would definitely mind. I don't want to make her sad. Lin Wenxi questioned me why I was being so cold-hearted. I told her, I have someone I like, and I don't want any misunderstanding to arise for the person I like because of you. Lin Wenxi looked at me in disbelief. I severed my relationship with Lin Wenxi. In a past life, it was because I was in close contact with Lin Wenxi that Ivy was hurt time and time again. I don't want Ivy's son to leave me, but Ivy still refused me. She doesn't want me anymore. The child inside her also doesn't want me anymore. I am desperately trying to obtain her forgiveness. but I see the growing annoyance in her eyes towards me. I seem to be utterly heartbroken. She called my parents over. I was kicked out of the country by my parents. I worked day and night, and finally managed to sneak back to see her. Her belly has grown a lot, and it's very difficult to bend down and pick something up because no one is caring for her. My nose sepsiched and my eyes suddenly turned red. In her previous life, I was by her side throughout her pregnancy. I have never let her suffer such grievances. I couldn't help but step forward. Her gaze at me was very indifferent, as if she was looking at someone unimportant. Originally, I should be her husband, the father of her child. I squatted down and heard the sound of the baby moving inside her belly. I almost started crying. Is this my retribution? In a past life, my daughter and I severed our father-daughter relationship. So in this life, I no longer even have to be her father. It was I who personally severed the bond between me and her as father and daughter. I still miss Ivy's son. I want to see her. My parents don't allow me to disturb Ivy's son's life. I sneak over every time, standing not far from her. I just watch her quietly. Actually, I want to get a little closer to her, but I know she wouldn't allow it. After my parents found out, they never stopped me again. On the day she gave birth, I was anxious outside the operating room. I couldn't calm my mind. Not for a moment. I know that giving birth for my daughter is like passing through the gates of hell. I pray to heaven, please protect Ivy and keep her safe and sound. My heart finally settled once she safely came out of the operating room. I want to step forward, but I know I don't deserve to stay by her side. After she fell asleep, I greedily stayed by her side. Once she wakes up, I will have to leave. When the daughter was 2 years old, she learned to walk. In the community, she stumbled and fell multiple times. My heart suddenly wrenched. I rushed out and hugged her. However, she cried loudly in fear. At that moment, my heart broke into pieces, and Ivy's son looked at me as if I were a stranger. I know, I have completely lost them. When my daughter was 5 years old, I saw her tugging at a man's sleeve. She said she wanted that man to be her dad. Because Ivy's son likes this man, I have to face a fact that I haven't dared to admit all these years. Ivy's son will fall in love with someone else. Daughter will also have another dad to love her. I finally understand. This reincarnation in this life is a punishment for me. After Ivy's son married someone else, I dared not go see her anymore. I don't want to bring trouble to her and her daughter. Moreover, she and her daughter are living very happily. I promised her that I wouldn't disturb her and my daughter's peaceful life. Since then, I have dedicated all my energy to work. As I grow older, my parents are urging me to get married. I grit my teeth and disagree. Actually, they also know that I still can't let go of Ivy's son. I have never been married in my life, and I spend my days with work. When I think of Ivy's son and my daughter, I will travel thousands of miles to see them. From afar, I catch a glimpse of them from afar, actually feeling very lonely. Life feels like walking corpses. In my later years, I unexpectedly died suddenly at my workplace. At the end of my years, only 60 years old. This is my retribution.